Welcome to the Uncle Hack Podcast, where dudes pretty much just talk dude shit.
Welcome to another episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast. Glad you're here with me. You know, another week has gone by of our useless lives as the planet is destroying itself. And I watched that Seaspiracy and holy shit. Mind blown, okay? Mind blown. Oh, he's going hippie on us. He's going hippie on us. No. I'll explain in a minute here. But let's talk about, a year in quarantine. A year of lockdowns. Yeah, I've hope over the course of this time, you've really, it's settled in that the government doesn't give a shit about you. They don't. Very obvious. You know, AstraZeneca comes out and they tried pumping out a fucking vaccine into the market, making a little bit of cash. It's all about cash at the end of the day. You know, Meemaw's getting blood clots, you're getting blood clots. They're like, hey, if you're under 55, they shouldn't be pumping this into anybody. They're like, well, fuck. Just rebrand it as Pfizer and let nature run its course. You know, we're a little overpopulated. There's a little problem with the population control, you know? We are the top of the food chain, and we're just destroying the fucking planet day by day by day. Don't worry, I'm not going hippie on you. I'm just saying how it is. Exactly how it is. Every fucking day, we're just chiseling away, and just defeating this fucking planet. Hey, well, we need shrimp on my plate, and I need a big mansion in the state of Wisconsin. I need 9 houses, you know? We're a dumb species. We're a very dumb species because in our minds, you know, this is what the governments think. This is what people think, that money's going to solve all this. What? You think money's going to solve all these issues, these man-made problems that we have created, that the earth is just being they're extorting us. They need a little cash. They're wanting to. The planet is holding human beings hostage right now for trillions of dollars, and if we don't get that money to the planet, we're done. That's what this is. It's so stupid to think that money's going to solve this issue. Listen, this motherfucker's been spinning around the earth, or orbiting around the sun, I should say, a lot longer than than our stupid ass has been walking on it. And for us to think, we're just dumb. We're dumb fucking people, all right? We glorify guys that, suck on tits I'm not a famous guy. I'm not very famous, but I got fame for just being a fucking moron, all right? And people like that. People like morons. No, nobody's praising the scientists and the people that are making medical breakthroughs for us, you know, that we can fix brain tumors. I don't even know. I'm a moron. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking dickweed. I just like making jokes. I like making fun of things. And I sit in front of this fucking camera once a week for an hour at a time and create a podcast in audio and video form. So if you're listening in the pickup truck with the work crew, what up, boys? How's the day going? Right on. You guys scrolling the Tinder? You trying to line up some puss when you get home? A little Tinder premium? Damn right you are. There you go. We're all just knuckle dragging fucking retards. Just trying to get some pussy and a little money. A little bit of money. But here we are. You scale that up and you scale it across the world, you know, especially in North America. We love making train wrecks famous in North America as a whole because Canada plays a small part. Our voice doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the entertainment industry. We produce a guy here and there, you know, like Lil Tay, wasn't she from fucking Vancouver? That, that fraud. How about that? Nobody wants to talk about that, but we create our own problems, create our own problems in terms of entertainment. Like, look at that bad baby. Look at that chick. She comes out, cash me outside. How about that? We made memes. We made fun of it. We made her extremely famous and wealthy. Now she's over here going at Dr. Phil being like, things happen at the what's that fucking ranch called? Where they throw all the kids? They're grooming them for Epstein. Where's that place? Hideaway Ranch or something like that? Yeah, like that's the draft camp. That's the combine for, for old Eppers Island. Oh, would you like to do the massage course to ensure that you could maybe have a career when you get out of here? That's all I'm saying. What the fuck is it? Getaway Ranch or whatever? I can't remember. That's how much I pay attention to Dr. Phil and how much I care. But yeah, we're completely torching this fucking thing that we this giant rock that we're on, and everybody says, we're all mouth breathers. We're all morons. Okay, we're all morons. We're all screaming in each other's faces about a mask, no mask, like we can control who's gonna die and who doesn't. Or who, like we're walking around just yelling in one another's face like it matters, like nature doesn't possess the power to just wipe us out. We're all walking around with our fucking heads in our goddamn phone. I'm guilty of this too. This is me making fun of myself, okay? This isn't directed at anybody outside of this room but me. And and I know everything I say makes you part of the problem because you do the exact same shit I do as a human being, right? You fucking bury your nose in your phone. You just want to see tits shake. You don't do anything positive. It's just like when people are bitching about people littering, you know what I mean? Like when you're throwing garbage out the window. I get it. It's fucking ignorant. I get it. It's fucking ignorant. But we act as if we aren't going to go put that garbage somewhere else, just out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? Like, well, why would you throw it on the ground when there's this fucking perfectly good landfill over there that we're going to put it in? It's still equally as damaging to the environment, but it's the fact that we have it out of sight, out of mind, instead of me walking down the street and seeing plastic bags flying everywhere. It's just a mile or two out of town, okay? That's what I like. I like to put my head in the sand, open up my phone, and see titties shaking, a gay black cowboy rapper twerking on Satan. That's things I want to consume. And I want to go to Twitter with anger in my fucking guts and spew it and argue with people on threads for hours and hours and hours and waste my time revolving around the sun on this planet. My life is useless. I understand that it's useless, and anything that I say or do doesn't really fucking matter. If you really think about it, my life is so insignificant to like everybody else's that what are we doing, hey? What are we doing, huh? I'm not going to be the Pope. I'm never going to be the Pope. I'm never going to be a prime minister, a president, a premier, a governor. I'm never going to be one of these guys because I don't give a shit. I wish I could care. There's like few things I do care about. I care about going out and making people laugh. That's a great time. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about your personal problems. A guy will message me from time to time and, hey, man, I'm going through a hard time. This podcast helps me get through it. That's great. I'm happy. I'm happy that you can come here, unwind, forget about your life for a minute, and listen to me complain about mine, about everything wrong with mine, and the shit that I see, the problems that I witness, the fucking scenarios that happen in relationships, the things that dudes go through, because I feel like since I grabbed onto that men go through this weird phase in their life where it's I talk about this quite regularly with my friends and new dudes that I meet as well, is there's this weird transition from 25 to 32, I want to say 32, 33. And if you didn't catch that bus and you're still just this fucking weirdo that, is hanging out in clubs, if you're like 30 years old, driving around with your windows down and music cranked, fucking drive your car off a cliff. We don't need you no more. It's over. The glory years are done, all right? If you're still that guy with driving around in your 2008 Chevy pickup, windows down, it's a 4-door, all 4 windows down, and you got fucking Disturbed cranked, wah, and you think you're being deadly driving around with you, these are usually the guys in a white tank top balding, and they'll have some shitty cheap necklace that they think is just deadly because all of his favorite, my favorite rappers back in the day used to wear necklaces, so here I am today. It's not diamond, it's not even fake diamonds, it's just like this fake sterling silver chain, white gas can Oakleys, Disturbed cranking out the 08 fucking Chevy Silverado. You know what I mean? Driving around, just music. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, doing it with, ooh, doing like that shit. Doing that shit, driving around with the music cranked. We don't need those. And if you're still at that phase in your life and you're showing up at the bar and you're leaning and thinking that you can hit on young girls, and when I say young, I'm saying 19 to 22. Listen, man, it's enough. It's enough. It's time for you to go. Those are the guys that should be pumped with the AstraZeneca vaccine. Those are the fellas that just, you know what? You take them and be like, hey, bro, you ever thought about doing steroids? I got this doctor just around the corner, bud. Come with me. Boom, hit him with the jab, blood clot, done, over. We can start cleaning up this mess. These brain dead humans that are just walking around that offer nothing. Like that guy, you know what he's doing? You want to know what he's doing? He's running a forklift at the feedlot. Easily replaceable job. Not saying that he's useless, completely useless. There's a lot of people out there that need a job, right? There's a lot of people out there that need a job. His time's up. It's over. It's done. He peaked in 2007, graduating year. That's what I'm saying. That guy peaked then. He ain't going nowhere. He's going to ride out the fucking forklift job down at the feedlot for as long as he can and still drive around town with the windows down. Ooh, ah. You don't need to hear that. We don't want that shit. We don't need it. North America is already sliding down that slippery slope into oblivion. We're doing it to ourselves. So if we can nip this in the bud, right, and start getting rid of dudes like that, I know you know at least 5 guys that are still doing that. 32 years old, rolling around town in their fucking 2008 Chevy Silverado, windows down, Disturbed, cranked. They're the guys that show up to 7-Eleven with the car still running and the tune's just fucking cranked. You know what I mean? Everybody in Sev really wants to listen to fucking Disturbed's 3 greatest hits. And thankfully, this guy pulled up while I'm filling up my cream soda and I'm fucking ooh, ah, at the goddamn Slurpee machine. Fucking right, man. Thank God you pulled up, bud. Fuck. I was just yearning for a little Disturbed today. And I'm glad that you parked that piece of shit truck in the fucking parking lot with the tunes cranked, all 4 windows down, because that's what deadly dudes do. 4 windows down, all right? Tunes bumping. We live in, big dog. I am spitting everywhere today. This is awful. This is disgusting. Nothing compliments the first suck off of a cream soda slushie like some Disturbed, absolutely cranked through some Rockford Fosgate subwoofers. just rumbling my eardrums. First sip of the cream soda, I just get that down. Oh, a little, not the brain freeze, get a throat freeze, and then you hit me with the ooh ah. I'm living that day. I am living that day. And thankfully for Trent, to pull up to 7-Eleven at the same time I'm in the fucking store getting my cream soda slushy, he's got Disturbed cranked all 4 windows down in the Chevy Silverado. Thank fucking God. All I'm saying is maybe those guys should be tricked into thinking they're doing steroids for the first time. Boom, blood clot, we just made the world a little more quiet. A little more quiet, you right? We open up a job opportunity for somebody else. Somebody else can step up, okay? I'm telling you, man, if I ran this planet, we're really laughing. We're chugging along, you know? Sorry, some of you gotta go. That's it. That's all. Some of you gotta go. Some of you just, hey, just kiss the fucking wife goodbye. Kiss mom. Tell mom you got shit to do in Iraq. I don't know. You tell them whatever you want, and we'll get rid of this problem. We'll start straightening out this arrow that needs to be corrected in the direction that it's headed. But that's what I'm saying. She's just a little too populated out there. Way too many dumb people. You know, everybody's got a cause right now. You know, every day I got to add a new sign to my front lawn. You know, Asian lives matter right now. Black lives mattered 6 months ago, but that got squashed right away. You know, they're like, the Asians are, 6 hookers got shot. 6 out of the 8 hookers that got shot in Atlanta are Asian, so let's amp that up, you know? An old man got suplexed through the hood of a Toyota Supra. Time for a little ad read. That's right. Oh, what do we got for you today? DangerCatShop.com. Gonna make the ladies come. That's a little jingle wrote by the man himself, Diener. That's right. We got Diener gear, folks. We got some new Diener gear, craft Diener. And if you want to check it out, head to DangerCatShop.com. Use the code HACK20 at checkout. Get 20% off your order today. You want to look fly. You want to look cool. I know you do. And the only way to do so is getting some fine swag like what I'm wearing today. I pimp my gear. Probably the worst... I guess all these fucking social media dipshits all do the same thing, but who gives a fuck? Hack20 at DangerCatShop.com. And guess what? Titty Tuesday back on the Patreon. We're into week 3. You want to see some nipples? Huh? You want to see the nipples? Not a problem. Patreon.com/DangerCat69. You would get this episode also 48 hours earlier than everybody else, plus an additional extra episode of the Uncle Hack podcast. That's Patreon.com/DangerCat69. Titty Tuesday, early episode, plus an extra episode, all by becoming a piss bag, a piss tank, or a danger dong, which gets you in the credits. That's right, but you can become an executive producer of the podcast. How wonderful is that? So your name will be in the credits on the YouTube video, and you'll also be down in the description down below. Thank you very much. And if you wanna subscribe to that, Patreon.com/DangerCat69. Back to the podcast. And it's time to switch this up. We need to grab a different gear. The Asians are taking a little heat right now, all right? We need to distract the public from what's happening over in China. We're getting rid of the Uyghur. That's right. There's no N in front of that. Don't come at me, all right? We're talking about race issues. I said Uyghur, all right? Uyghur. Not to be confused with a white guy dressing up as a black man, all right? No. And really, amplifying his look as to be a rapper from 2008, 2009, okay? Not to be confused with that. Not to be confused with a white gentleman that dresses up like Jamie Kennedy in Malibu's Most Wanted, okay? Great movie, by the way. You're just like, oh, fuck, I haven't watched that in a minute. Now you want to watch it. Is this a fucking musket? Yeah, it is. It is a musket. It is a musket. Not to be confused with that. We need to distract people. But what I'm getting at is it's just getting a little much. And I think my plastic use is coming up. I'm at a crossroads, okay? I'm at a crossroads. You know, my front lawn I've got Swahili Lives Matter. I got South African Lives Matter. I got Nigerian Lives Matter. I got, Jesus Christ, I got Swedish Lives Matter, right? I got Swedish Lives Matter. Did I say I got Somalian Lives Matter? Because I don't even know where to start and finish. All I'm saying is I got 17 different Lives Matter signs on my front lawn. And I just wish that there was just some way of just generalizing the whole thing with one sign, you know? I just wish that there was just one sign I could use that sums up Asian Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Hispanic Lives Matter, Swahili Lives Matter, Mongolian Lives Matter, Russian Lives Matter, Kazakh Lives Matter. I'm running out of real estate on the front lawn. I don't know what to do anymore. I just really wish that there was just one sign that could just sum up everything. Just one sign would be great. And it would reduce the plastic that's on my front lawn. And, you know, sometimes kids come around, they kick one, and then they fuck it up, and then I got to go buy a new one. It'd just be great if I could just, like, put one sign on my front lawn, and it would just generalize, like, all the races and how much their lives matter too. But I just don't know how to do that. I don't know where to find a sign that could possibly get that message across so that everybody understands, like, hey, I got all these signs over here, right? I got all these signs explaining that their race and their life matters. I just wish that, there was just one sign, that I could just put one sign on my front lawn. It would be phenomenal. It would save me a lot of maintenance. You know, I got to take all those signs out, mow my lawn, and then put 83 more signs, put 83 more, why am I saying more? Why do I keep saying that? 83 signs back in my lawn, you know, where instead it would be just great if there was one sign, you know. It's getting a little hard. It's getting a lot of work. Yeah, I'm adding like probably another 25 minutes to half an hour of lawn care that I don't want to do into my daily or weekly routine, I should say. I mow the lawn. I gotta move all these signs, right? I gotta take them in the garage. Every now and then I give them a rinse. I wipe them off. Get a little dusty. Can't see them from the other side of the road, so I give them a wipe. It'd be a lot easier if there was just one sign. If somebody could just help me. Or maybe you, the listener, have an idea of how we could generalize this whole thing, all these races, all these different walks of life in one movement. It's awful, isn't it? It's awful. I hate this fucking world. I hate it. It is becoming a bit much in North America. Can I say that, or is somebody gonna kick this fucking door down and give me a lecture on how marginalized voices need to be amplified, and that me having a podcast is squashing down the chances of that voice being heard? So I'm thinking about quitting this podcast for the sake of a different voice to come on. You imagine one day I just come on here in blackface, and then the next day I do, like, I don't know what Asian face is. Like, do I just tape the... No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't do it. Don't say. Do I just tape the eyes? What is it like? So if I just wear like that cool hat that they have that's really big, comes to a point. They wear those hats in rice fields. Like if I wear that, does it get my point across? Could I do the bit then, or am I crossing the line? Am I crossing the line? I got the sign, though. That should, right? That makes us even, right? If I got the sign, then I can do like I can have the hat, or is that culture? Is that cultural appropriation? I don't know. I don't know the rules anymore. I'm trying to keep up. Oh man, I watched that Seaspiracy on the weekend. My God. The Sack of Stones. Okay, for those that haven't seen it, I'll explain it briefly. This British fella, I can't remember his name. It's like Ali Faraz or something like that. I can't remember. Anyways, this fella, he goes and makes a documentary about commercial fishing and how it's affecting our oceans and the planet that we revolve on. That big, beautiful thing that we take for granted every fucking day. Oh, he's going hippie. He's going woke. No, it's just we're a disease. Humans are a disease. We're fucking this place up. And this really put it into perspective on like, this might be the last little go around for us. Like, this might be it. It's done. It's over. All right, great. We can mail it in if we want to spend the last 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever it is, years arguing with one another. That's great. We can do that. Let's have a war while we're at it. Let's make it fun. Let's make it interesting, because we're gonna wipe the population out just by us over consuming food. And this explains it well. Like the amount of seafood we're pulling out of the ocean is at just a drastic rate. It is. I had no fucking clue. That's how brain dead I am. That's how stupid I am. I have no idea. I'm one of those guys with my head in the sand. I had no fucking idea how badly we are fucking up the ocean. No, give me the shrimp cocktail. Yeah, that'll be a good appetizer, wouldn't it, honey? That'd be great, right? You want a shrimp cocktail? Oh, you want the calamari too, eh? You want some calamari? Appetizer, right? We want seafood, little appetizer for the family. Yeah, no, we're absolutely decimating the ocean, and I had no clue. That documentary actually blew my mind. Not too often I sit there. I watched it 3 times because there's so much information that I did not know about that I sat and I watched it 3 times over. Blew me away. All right? I had no idea about the slavery of Burmese dudes on Thai fishing boats. I had no idea about that. And these guys, imagine that, 10 years out at sea. One guy was on a boat for fucking 10 years of his life. Could you imagine trying to convince like a welder or a North American to work for free? That's all I could think about when that guy was explaining that. That's how privileged we are over here, okay? And I don't mean that be like, check your privilege. I'm just saying that's how good we have it in North America, that we're screaming in each other's faces to be like, Jesus, you don't even know how hard I have it. Yeah, well, that guy just spent 10 years at sea against his will, getting beaten, a gun put in his face every now and then. His life got threatened. They would kill somebody in front of him every now and then just to be like, that could be you. How much do you like your life? That could be you. They're just throwing dudes overboard and then shooting at them for fun. Yeah, we have it so bad in North America. Oh, yeah. And like I said, imagine trying to do that to a North American. He'd get 2 hours in and be like, hey, you're working on this boat. And you'd be like, all right, yeah, fuck, I'll take a job. I need a little work. You get on the boat and they're like, hey, you're like, when's break time? There's like, no break time. What the fuck you mean no break time? Yeah, there's no break time. You're here against your will now. Oh, well, that ain't going to work. What am I getting paid? You're not getting paid. Yeah, I'm getting paid. I'll fucking sit here. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Fuck the captain. Suck my dick. I ain't doing it. Then they start waving a gun around and be like, okay, what's my options? You're going to kill me or I have to work for free? What's worse? I was like, I'll tell you what. Kill me. Because you want to know what's going to happen? If I come and work on this fucking boat for goddamn, like, you know, if I'm working on this boat for 2-3 years and I ain't making no goddamn money, guess what? I'm going to have to go back home at some point if you let me go. And I got to go home to an old lady that's going to be awfully pissed that I didn't come home with a paycheck or I'm not sending home a paycheck. She lost the house, the car, the kids are fucking starving. I'm going to have to hear about that shit. So you know what? Put the fucking bullet in my head. Throw me overboard. Don't give a shit. I ain't working for free, bud. It ain't happening. Well, what do you want for a wage? I want $30 an hour. Pfft. We'll give you like $2 in Thai money an hour. Well, that definitely ain't going to work. Is there benefits? Yeah. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt that I won't put a bullet in your fucking skull. Really leaning towards the bullet in the skull, you see. $2 an hour. What's that work out to? Like 10 cents fucking American an hour? Shit. You know what? Fucking do me in. I've had a good crack at her. You know, like I can't imagine going back home to that whiny bitch. What the fuck? How am I supposed to afford hot Cheetos? And you're out there fucking pretending to work? You're pretending to work? What do you got, a pretend wage and a pretend job? Yeah, I'm sure you were a slave on a Thai ship. You lying, cheating piece of shit. Let me guess, you're back at Chanel's house. You're back with Chanel again? Oh, yeah. Fucking cheating on me. And you're like, babe, I spent 3 years on a fucking ship against my fucking will. I did not want to be there. And the first thing, look at me. I'm deathly ill. I'm deathly skinny. I got scars all over my goddamn back from when they were whipping me and throwing motor oil on my goddamn skin while I'm just trying to catch a wink of sleep. 1 hour of sleep. I was brutally tortured. Do you think I would be this happy to be home? Do you think I would be this happy to be home? If I was getting some tight pussy up the fucking road, big old titties in my face, you know, snacks in the cupboard. She's got popsicles. We don't have popsicles. In fact, we don't have Teddy Grahams. We got the knockoff brand. All right? Do you think I would be coming back here with a smile on my face, happy to see you, and your whiny, bitchy, moaning attitude? No. In fact, I'm about to call that Thai guy up and ask him if he's got room on that boat still. I'm going to go back there because it was much more pleasing to my ears listening to gunshots, murder, torture that happened below deck than listening to your screeching, annoying ass voice whining. I didn't even get in the fucking door. I haven't seen you in 2 years. I've been a slave on a fucking shrimp boat. Haven't seen you in 2 years, and I don't. Where the fuck were you? Oh, you think you can just walk right back in here? And you're like, all right, back to Thailand. Sign me up. Hey, amigo, you got a room on that ship? You want to beat the fucking tar out of me a little more? Yeah. I just got home. Yeah, no, not a problem. I'll be back in Thailand. Don't worry. Throw me on the ship. Beat the fucking Christ out of me. In fact, you got that bullet still? Perfect. Well, all right, I'll be there in about 7 days. I'll put in another 10-year shift, and I'll tell you what. Have 4 hookers in a hotel room down there in Bangkok that will just fucking destroy me for 2 days. I'll get on that boat and I'll do whatever the fuck you want. Just get me the fuck out of this house. And he's like, okay, you're not a problem. You imagine that 10 years on a fucking boat? I can't imagine that, man. 10 years of your life. And this is the part where we're going to get a little emotional. I think it's like, as I get older, like I was kind of talking about earlier, is like that transition from boy to man. And you start looking at life different. You start looking at what's important different. Like when you were a young man, what was important to you? You know, like you thought your life was over about the dumbest shit. Like a girl left you. Now you're begging for that. You're just like, oh God, I wish I had the energy to just leave my wife. But I don't. I'm too invested in this. I got way too much money to sink into this. When you're young and your old lady left you, you were like, oh, how am I ever going to recover? How am I ever going to get through this? This is awful. I can't believe that I have to go through this as a man. And meanwhile, it's just the immaturity that you had in your noodle. And then you finally come of age and you're just like, you know what? You figure out what really matters. And it's funny how much shit changes and what you like for instance, I can sit and watch the Elk Boys channel. I still respect what they got going on. I do. I think it's fucking phenomenal what they've built. It's incredible. As a Canadian to another fellow Canadian, it's truly amazing to see the path of success due to them just trusting their process and really believing in what they're doing. It really is. And as a man, I can appreciate that. Now, when I watch their content, I'm not really a fan of like the frat boy fucking let's go shit. But it's cool to see the way you can appreciate the process. Now, what I'm getting at here is that's how I look at that rather than like some crazy party or like I watched like a little clip of their shit the other day, and all I could think about was when they're in the club and all these people are like, hey, man, trying to get pictures and doing all that wild boy fucking we're in the club bottle service shit. And all I could think of is, Jesus Christ, would that annoy the fuck out of me? I would not want that one bit. I wouldn't want that many people around me. I wouldn't want that many fucking girls tugging at your arm. Hey, man, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. It would drive you nuts. And like that's the funny thing. Like every guy over 27 right now is agreeing with me. Anybody that has a fucking, that can think past, getting drunk and fucking. Anybody who can think past that, Anybody who can forward think past just getting pussy and getting hammered and like, oh, this is fucking sick. And like I said, like the 27-year-olds are like, yeah, dude, I definitely agree. Like I look at that, you're like, oh man, I would rather just be. I couldn't imagine that. People just screaming in your ear, the fucking music just boom, 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 boom in your fucking noodle. I'd go insane. I'd go goddamn postal. I'd go fucking Unabomber on these sons of bitches. You know what I mean? Like, it would drive me, mad. It would drive me mad. You're just sitting in there, and you got all these people just tugging at your arm and all this attention towards you. It's loud. It's noisy. Me, personally, I want to sit in the back of a fucking titty bar in shadows. Nobody sees me. Watch some entertainment. You got a little room at the table. Instead, there's like 50 fucking people just trying to like swarm around you to make them feel like their status is elevated because they're hanging out with you. Oh God, I would hate that so goddamn much. That, everywhere, fucking, and the frat boy, let's go, and hearing that shit, full send. And then, like, who am I to judge? I don't give a shit. I don't. I just look at it like if I was in that position, if I was sitting there in that club having to deal with all them fucking lunatics, it would drive me mental. And I think that's like growing up. Is you start looking at things a little different. Yeah, it'd be great to walk in and feel like the man. Look at me, fuck. Got bottle service and candles shooting out of this chick's ass, or Roman candles shooting out of this chick's ass as she pours fucking Grey Goose into my vodka can. This is great. But at the same time, I'm like, quit drawing attention to yourself. Like, fuck, I don't want anybody. Like, it's like now when you were younger and you went, small town kids understand this. All right, even maybe big city kids. I don't know, but I remember when I was a small town kid, and you go to the big city for the weekend. You want to be seen. You're like, "Fucking what up, man? I'm in the club, baby. I'm having a great time. I'm shaking my junk. I'm trying to wheel chicks. I'm doing shots. I'm trying to feel like I'm the man." Now, when you are over the age of 27 and you walk into a bar, you put your head down and you hope you don't make eye contact with somebody that you don't want to talk to. And you walk over to your table and you pretend like you don't even scan the fucking room over 27. You don't. You don't look. You look at where the waitress is taking you. You don't look for people. You don't want to make eye contact because you don't want to have a conversation that you don't want to have. So you just like, you follow that chick, you put your head down. Sometimes I might even fake a phone call. If I see somebody that I don't want to talk to in my peripherals and they're like staring in the side of my head, and I'm not saying this being like, oh, because it's a fan or whatever it may be. I'm saying like, if I know this person and I don't want to talk to them, I'll fake a phone call. I'll fake a phone call. Gladly. That or I'll attempt to make one. I'll attempt to make one. Just to avoid a conversation that I don't want to have. And that's being 27 and up. And that's the difference of when you walk into a bar or club or whatever. If you're over 27 and you're still doing bottle service and fucking little sparklers and, you need like 22-year-old chicks to fucking be in the VIP booth with you so you feel like something, you, my friend, are going with Trent. You're getting the AstraZeneca shot, eh? You're coming around. You'd be like, hey, you want a shot? And be like, that blood clot, man. Yeah, this is, I would just tell that guy, you know what this is? Injectable Adderall, man. You'll be up for like 3 hours. You can fuck all night long on this shit. That's all I'd have to tell that guy. Trent, you just be like, hey, dude, you want some free steroids? And he's like, yeah, I do. Because I work hard at work and I need juiced up. I go to the gym. I do every exercise wrong. And I like disturbed crank to 25 in my pickup, all 4 windows down, Chevy Silverado. That's what happens with that shit right there. That's what happens with that. When I'm on the sauce, playa, you ain't fucking around. Yeah, I remember you from 7-Eleven. Cream soda, right? Cream soda slushy. Damn, Trent remembers me. But yeah, you don't walk into the fucking bar trying to create attention to you. No, that's like, that's a young man's thing. Hey, look at me, fucking bottle service. That's a young man's thing. That's a young man's way of thinking. You don't draw attention to yourself once you're over the age of 27. You don't want that attention. It's unneeded and unwanted. Any sane person, right? Any sane person. You want to slip under the radar. You don't want anybody knowing you're there. Plus, some of you guys are married. The last thing you need is getting caught out for a fucking beer. Hey, I seen Brendan out. Oh yeah, where was he? Oh, he was at the BP's lounge having a couple beers with the boys. Oh, he was supposed to be at the kids' swimming lessons, and he left. He was supposed to be watching. And meanwhile, you're like, I don't want to watch the fucking kids' swimming lessons. You know, they're not good at it. Why the fuck would I want to watch that shit? I'm gonna be sitting there on my phone. I might as well go for 1 or 2, 3, 4, and me and the kids will take an Uber home. That or Jack said he'll pick us both up and take us to where we need to go. Simple as that. I was thinking ahead. Got it. Everything taken care of. I just didn't want to sit at the fucking swimming pool while my kid pretends to fucking know what he's doing. That's all I'm saying, babe. Fuck. So I went down to the local BPs because there's always a big mouth. Oh, I seen so-and-so the other day. And if you get caught at the club, even worse. What the hell are you doing at the club, 27, married with 2 kids at home? Yeah. You know my friend Mary? From work? Her daughter seen you there. What the hell you doing that? And you're like, fuck, I knew I shouldn't fucking, Jesus Christ. Craig talked me into going to that fucking club, and now here I am getting an earful because that fucking dickhead. Hey, let's get bottle service. You know? When you're 27, those are just 27 and up. That's what I'm calling it as. Because in the States, I get it in America. You turn 21, you get into the club, and it's like, oh, look, the club. So you get 6 years, okay? In Canada, we're in the bars for 3 years more than you are. So there's, you're forced to grow up a little quicker. That's why I feel like when Canadians head down there when they're 21, they're a little, like, you can tell that there's a difference between the two. The Canadian dudes are a little more poised. You're still a young idiot, don't get me wrong, but you understand the social structure of a bar. There's an ecosystem in those walls that you understand and how it operates. You have a little more of an understanding of it. Where like the 21-year-olds now are fucking retards and they're the ones causing trouble and they're, they don't quite understand. So it's got to level itself out. They're getting the bottle service. They need the status. They need the, they need the attention. The girls around. Any grown ass dude does not want that. Does not want that around them. Does not want that around them. Oh, what a tirade. That was a rant. Yeah. Anyways, we're overpopulated, and Seaspiracy has learned me quite a bit about that shit. It was a great documentary, and what I wanted to talk about was how big that guy's sack is. Okay? That's a documentary that you put out and gets you whacked. You go missing after something like that. Like, he went at... Oh, God, man. Every fucking organization under the sun showed the corruption from organized crime, which you knew would happen, government officials, and all your favorite little save the planet fucking bullshit organizations that take all your money and how they're in on it and how they don't do fuck all about it. It's hilarious how it all tied together. And this guy did a phenomenal job. I highly recommend watching it. Open your mind a little. Have a different perspective on how the planet is, how fucked we are. All right, like I'm 30, right? And they figure if the oceans are empty, with the way that we're fishing them, the oceans could possibly be empty by, I think they said 2040. So I'll be 50 years old. My mom's on her ride out. I don't have kids. I'm not married. Some of you married, have 2 kids, man, your kids are in for a rough go. That's all I'm saying. If this keeps going the way that it is, your kids are in a rough go. And especially if you don't have money, shit is going to be a little hard out there for you. Shit's going to be a little tough. Where I'm in the position where I don't really have to give a shit. I don't have to think about the future generation, nor do I give a fuck. You guys, we fucked it up to this point, and now all of a sudden it's my responsibility because, everybody else, we're overpopulated. You guys were fucking too much in China, too much in India. You sons of bitches just need to learn to calm the fuck down. You got too many goddamn people. Go to war. Have a war. India, China, right now, wrestling match, Royal Rumble, make it happen. And then have America step in and just take a few out. Couple extras from a distance. Couple drone shots. Pow, pow, pow. Way too many people. No country should have a fucking billions and billions of you motherfuckers walking around just breathing air, eating, shitting, breathing, fuck. Causing damage and pollution to this cocksucker. Like, there's just way too many. Even in North America, look at the problems that are existing. There's just way too many. There's too many. Way too many people. It's just creating a disruption. There's rumblings in the ground now that weren't supposed to be there in the beginning. And here we are fucking yapping at one another about race. We can't even figure race out. Okay? We can't even fucking figure race out. And everybody just... Hey, yeah, no, it's, no, there's always got to be some new problem. And right now, I feel like the problem of the world possibly fucking taking us out is much greater than a shortened word or a racial slur, if you will, thoughts and feelings. No, like, this planet is about to take us the fuck out, and we're over here. Oh, well, he called me a name back in 1996. I need to cancel him. No, I feel like maybe, yeah, you being fat is a good thing. And by us bullying you into anorexia is good for the planet, quite honestly. I feel like us bullying you over being a plus size model and you throwing up into the toilet and not consuming as much food is better for the planet than your thoughts and feelings right now. So I think we got to amplify the bullying. You know what I mean? Let's get the depression and suicide rate up a little bit. Level out the playing field. You know, overconsumption's happening. Consumerism is a fucking huge issue right now. Like, we're producing a ton of shit that we just don't need. Think of how much food gets thrown out in a fucking day. All right? Now, hear me out. I know you're like, holy shit, this is what this guy thinks about. Holy fuck, this ain't good. I'm just saying, this is just suggestions. If I was in office right now, I'd be like, amp up the bullying. Now, amp up the bullying. We need to, we're obviously overpopulated. We need to get rid of some of that, these wasteful humans. And we'll test who's strong and who's weak just by this. We'll have a little, we'll clamp down when it becomes a little too much of a problem. We get it. Yeah, we don't need the fat girl trying to be a model. We don't need her on the cover of Cosmo right now. That's not what we need. We need to shrink these bitches back up again. All these bitches eating too much damn food. We got to grow the food. You got to, you like Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's. Guess what? Somebody's got to go out in the ocean and drag the cocksucker out of it. Labor is fucking, that's what's causing the slave labor over there in Thailand, because your fat ass wants to be a fat model, can't put down the calories, can't decline the calorie intake. So let's bring back bullying, see? Let's bring back bullying, and then that will cause less food consumption because insecurities will take over, and then that we might be able to correct this all through bullying. See, this is why maybe I should be a politician. My policies would then reflect on the world being a better place, obviously. Like, look where I'm coming from. I'm figuring out how to fight climate change, and it comes in the form of bullying, because if we're bullying fat people into not eating, then maybe they die a little sooner, right? There's less consumption, there's less food intake, which then coincides of like less farming happening, less carbon dioxide being released into the air from diesel being burnt through tractors, less water usage, less electricity needed for pivots, less food, less slavery over in fucking Thailand to pull out all that fish out of the water to make sure that all these fat fucks get their daily fix of fish fillets down at McDonald's, solving that issue. And it starts with bullying. All right? Starts with bullying. All right? And I'll leave it at that. Hear me out. I know you're saying like, this is a little much for me. I don't know if I like that. And then like all the dumb people that I usually see in comment section, I'd be like, this is fucked up, man. I don't really listen. Don't worry. I have an answer for you. And it depends on what your interests are. You know what? I have a steroid that's perfect for you. Since you can't understand sarcasm, I have an injectable. You hear me out. I have an injectable potion that I can put into you that will help you understand humor, sarcasm, a joke. You might get a joke. And you'll also become a better human because of it. And I know you're thinking, is it this AstraZeneca vaccine? Correct. See, that's what they forget. That's what they keep forgetting to tell you, that it'll help correct the planet. You're going to get some blood clots. Don't worry about it. We're medically advanced now, which we're not going to help you out. But it will help with that whole problem that you're having by the whole problem that you have not understanding what sarcasm is. You understand? Oh, God almighty. See, I could fucking, dude, if I was a world leader, I'd have North America solved, no problem. They're like, Asian lives matter, Black lives matter, Latino lives matter. I'm like, get the vaccine, get the vaccine, get the vaccine, you know? I'm like, hey, you can take the mask off if you put on the vaccine, huh? Why don't we all go downtown, get the vaccine together, huh? Let's drink the Kool-Aid, baby. Let's drink the Kool-Aid. I will cut down my drive time from home to work by at least 10 minutes if I wipe out at least 35% of you. So 35% of you need to start heading down to the old local clinic and getting the jab, all right? It will also decrease food consumption by 40%, which we need. We need that to happen because, there's just a little too many people around here. A little too many people. When Canada starts becoming overpopulated, then we have a serious issue. As it sits right now, we're really not that big of a threat. Nobody looks at Canada and is like, oh boy, these guys have got some fucking mass weapons of destruction. It's like we're like that nerdy kid that tries to stand up to the bully and has no means standing up to the bully, Like, we're like to China and be like, what you guys are doing to those Muslim people is bad. They're like, yeah, go fuck yourself. And we're like, we will go fuck ourselves, but we just wanted you to know that it's not nice. It's like when your younger sister, me as a boy, it's like when your younger sister tries to be like, my brother can beat you up. Shut the fuck up. What are you doing? You're about to get my ass kicked. Yeah, well, he's tougher than you. And you're like, oh, God, will you shut up. Shut the fuck up. You know who that is? My brother, or like, that's Canada. Be like, hey, you should stop that. And they're like, fuck off. And we're like, okay. I'm just letting you know that we're upset. We're good. I hope you cry more because we're making moves over here. Making moves in China. Come at me, dog. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to fucking... Yeah, we'll lock up more Canadians that come through here. You want us to do that? You pussies? Oh, you released our girl. Why aren't we releasing yours? Because you ain't going to do shit. You ain't going to do shit. What are you going to do? Huh, Canada? Ooh, you gonna send old blackface over here? Old blackface Trudy? Oogie boogie. He's gonna come over and scare me in the middle of the night putting on blackface? That's about all you guys are gonna do. We're not too terrified of Canada trying to storm China. It ain't gonna happen. What are you gonna send your 44 soldiers over? Ooh. China just looks at us like we're a giant pussy waiting to get fucked. We're just like, know what we are right now. They're just like, they're licking their chops looking at us. They're like, yeah, we'll own that. No problem. Right now, we're destroying America with memes, okay? We're destroying America with memes and false information. And once the destruction is done, guess what, Canada? That nice, fresh, clean mountain water, that nice oil industry that you guys don't do because you got fucking 85 hippies that can shut the whole cocksucker down is gonna be ours. And we're going to make a lot of fucking money because we're going to own everything in the Middle East. We're going to own everything in North America. And we're just going to be a massive superpower while you morons over there be like, this isn't right. Oh, I'm going to put this on Facebook. I'm going to put this on Facebook. I told Cheryl I'm going to write a bad review on your business. And you're just thinking, Jesus Christ almighty. Yeah, well, the Chinese just stormed us, so I don't think that fucking review matters too much. Fred, thanks for fucking nothing. That's where we're at. That's Canada in a nutshell. I love Canada, but like fucking Christ almighty, everybody's got a goddamn opinion and none of them matter. None of them are sane. Even mine included. But I like to bitch, But I also realize it means nothing. I just like to complain in like a humorous fashion. At the end of the day, do I care? No, because I'm going to die one day and people are going to forget that this shit even happened. People are going to forget that it's morbid. Here, we're going to get morbid for the last 2-3 minutes, maybe 5, whatever it may be. But it is what it is. You know, I've accepted the fact that I'm going to die at some point in my life. So I'm trying to have as much fun and make a little bit of cash while doing so. Get out. It may have some experiences because I, for one, am terrified to be on my deathbed and think about my life for the last goddamn time and not have anything to smile about, nothing to laugh about, nothing to giggle to myself about and be like, holy shit. Yeah. You remember that time you went to that swingers takeover you just moved to Edmonton and you went to that swingers hotel takeover and you were like the youngest guy by 20 years. You remember that? Oh yeah. And I'll chuckle to myself as an old, decrepit old man, if I even make it to there. Like, I wish people would just understand that a lot of shit just doesn't matter, especially in your young years. In your young years, you're supposed to have stress. You have the anxiety of figuring yourself out. It's good, healthy stress because it forces you to become a better person, I believe, personally. And as you get older, you fucking start fucking... There's the Canadian that came on me. Fucking, like, fuck, man, like... It's just the way it is, man. Fucking what comes up goes all around, bud. Fuck. But you start to realize that there's certain things in life that don't matter and do matter. And right now, things that do matter is having 18 to 25 signs of different lives that matter on your front lawn. Thank you for tuning in to the Uncle Hack podcast, and we appreciate you coming through. We appreciate you, the listener, and we appreciate all the downloads and support over this past little while. I know it's been a tough year for everybody, and hope you're keeping your chin up out there, and I hope you're having a good time while doing so. We'll get through this, and comedy will be back. I can't wait to get out and do some shows for you guys. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of the Uncle Hack podcast, and please leave a review on iTunes for me. That'd be great. That'd be phenomenal. Anyways, stay cool, boys and girls.